Hi, I'm Leslie and welcome to my new channel. So I'm starting this channel for quite a few reasons, but one of them is so I can look back and see what I did and see how to do it better and learn from myself. But also it will be there in the future for my kids. And if you're joining me, welcome. I don't know my channel's name yet. So let's get started. Today I'm gonna be doing a garden tour of my first ever garden. So let's come over here. Now, like I said, this is my first garden and I started it 12 weeks ago today. So that was in May. I didn't know what I was doing and I just hurried and threw it in the ground because I knew I had to get going as fast as I could. So this is a mammoth sunflower and I probably shouldn't have put it here. And I have 3 more and I probably shouldn't have put them where they're at either. But that is a lesson well learned. I mean, it's not suffering at all. So, and neither is the corn behind it. Now, I am super excited about my corn. This is glass gem corn. There's a hornet. I probably put them way too close together, but it's okay. They're surviving. So, as you can see, we've got tassels and pollen falling. And in here is silks and the start of corn. So we're just starting to see this stuff pop up and I can't wait. I know glass gem corn's beautiful, but I feel like I'm growing a treasure that I can't look at yet. So we'll see. Here is my pepper area. So I don't have peppers growing on this, but we do have some nice peppers growing on this. Here's some more, and there, and here, and here. All right, here is a purple tomatillo plant. Now with this purple tomatillo, I definitely learned a big lesson, and that is tomatillos are self-sterile. They don't give you fruit if they don't have another plant next to them. So womp womp, that is my only purple tomatillo plant, and next year I'll have multiple tomatillos planted all next to each other so that I get tomatillos. But again, here's my beautiful sunflowers. They're getting huge. All right, now that the heat of the day has peaked and it's cooled down a bit, this doesn't look as bad as it did. This is a butternut squash plant. I'm still waiting to see if it's ever gonna give me a butternut squash, so we'll see. Over here I have some balls zucchini. Now I have one here. It has powdery mildew. I'm not exactly positive what causes that. I do water at the base of the plants, so I'll learn about that soon. But down here, if you look and you see these, they've been attacked by earwigs. So that's why I have gross, creepy looking bowls in my garden, is because I had earwig-mageddon this year. It was horrible. So I do have a zucchini growing down here. And some more are coming. Now over here, I don't understand what's going on with this. If you know, let me know. But in the heat of the day, these leaves look like they're just dripping, melting off. And my other sunflowers don't look like this, but this one looks like it's taken a beating. It's still doing okay, but it's pretty rough. Right here I have a yellow squash plant. In this corner of my yard, my neighbors grow Concord grapes, and so I reap the benefits of that every year. Look how beautiful those are. And they're so good. All right, over here, I literally just tore my garden apart, or my yard apart, to have a decent sized garden. Is it COVID related? Technically, that's why I started a garden, but I love gardening. So right here I have a self-made teepee with yarn. And on it, what we have growing is pole beans. I'm super excited for those, and they're growing fast. Right here, this is where we start getting pretty messy. Here's another yellow squash. Right here is a cucumber plant, and you can see cucumber in there. It's probably time to pull that thing off. That's actually from this side. So it's growing big, and it's taking off, and it's getting wild. Right here, I have a fonzy melon. So my mom bought me some fonzy melons because the earwigs killed all my watermelons. So she got me fonzy melons and sugar baby watermelons. And I've never heard of a fonzy melon before, but we have one growing. And it's getting big fast. I'm so excited. These are things I'm not growing in my garden, yet they still keep coming. Right here we have sugar baby watermelons. Like I said, my mom got me them after the earwigs decimated all my melon plants. Like I said, these are my pole beans, but the fonzy melon that comes, it's on that other side, it's growing through and trying to reach my tomatoes. So we're getting pretty wild up in here. In this corner, we have cucumbers, and I have other cucumbers, but this plant I planted over here in the shade. It gets evening shade, and it's just taking off, and I've got cucumbers and huge leaves. Right here, because so many of my plants were getting eaten in different spots, I put 2 green bell peppers. I think they're California Wonder. I'm not positive, I'm pretty sure. And I put them over here. And this part of the garden, I literally took a shovel and put the plants in where the grass was. And so I'm having issues with weeds because I didn't prepare it. But like I said, I hurried and I just got this garden in here. Alright, so here's my tomato row. I have 4 different kinds of tomatoes over here, and then one over there. The tomatoes here, I have Roma, Better Boy, Celebrity, and a Thai Pink Princess. It's kind of struggling, but I'm trying to hold on to it as long as I can. I do have another ball zucchini over here. And we're getting some zucchini on it. Super excited. My husband's not a zucchini fan, but we're gonna have lots of zucchini. All right, right here I have, I think it's just white pumpkins, but my kids always call them ghost white pumpkins. So I can't remember. But we've got one growing in there. And one growing here, and I learned a lesson with this one. And I'll have to share that with you another time. Right here we have a buttercup squash. And I'm still waiting for those to get pollinated. Over here we have fennel. And you can see how bushy it gets. And this tastes like black licorice. And it's actually really good. When it's not dangling out of your mouth. Here I have sugar snap peas. And I'm trying to get some of them to be just seeds. So I'm letting some of the bigger pea pods just go so that I can have seeds for the next round. Right here I have 4 cucumber plants. And they're small. And they've kind of been struggling. They've kind of been struggling in this spot, but that cucumber over in that other spot is exploding. So I'm learning a lot this first year gardening. Right here I have my potato. I call it Potato Alley. It's not a lot, but for my first time growing potatoes, I don't think it's bad. Now this is a big rainbow tomato plant. I believe it's a beefsteak tomato. If you know anything about gardening, you probably know what that is. It struggled. I got 1 tomato on it and it was doing fine, and then the bugs attacked it. This since has not given me any tomatoes, and I'm not really sure why, but I'm trying to figure out and learn what I did wrong or what's happening so that I can do better next time. This is my spaghetti squash plant, and I love spaghetti squash. Using the spaghetti squash instead of spaghetti noodles is one of my favorite ways to use this. So the pests are alive and well, and it's frustrating. Okay, right here I have a cantaloupe plant, and I'm so excited because I grew this cantaloupe from seed, and it's one of the only things other than the corn that I grew from seed that was left standing after the earwigs attacked. So I'm excited about this one. Right here, as you can see, I have painted rocks. They're rocks that my kids painted, and so we put them in the garden, and they are learning so much this year, and with gardening, they're loving it. Right here I have another yellow crookneck, and hopefully we'll see it producing pretty soon. It was also attacked by the creatures, and now it's finally thriving. And that's pretty much it. I tore up my backyard so that I could start my first ever garden. And you guys gotta see it. So I'll do a weekly garden tour, show how it's growing, and go over things that I'm learning and that I see as I experiment and do whatever. and share those with you guys and my future self, because I have 5 kids and I need a reminder on what I'm learning. So thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you next time.